boys and girls. I want to begin today's lesson by showing you these two shapes. I want you to take a look at these shapes and tell me what you notice is the same about these shapes. Yes, that's right. Both of these shapes can roll. Good. Anything else? Yes, that's right. They are both 3D shapes or three-dimensional shapes. And yes, they are solid shapes. What else do you notice that is the same about these shapes? Yes, that's right. They both have a curved surface. The cone has a curved surface and a cylinder has a curved surface. What else do you notice that is the same? Yes, that's right. They have a flat surface. The cylinder has a flat surface there and a flat surface there. And a cone has a flat surface there. Now, let me ask you another question. Can a cone stack on a cylinder? Yes, that's right, it can. How do you know, or why do you know that a cone can stack on a cylinder? That's right, because they each have a flat surface. Now, can you take the cylinder and stack it on the cone? That's right, we can't do that because the cone has a pointy top and nothing can stack on that point. Okay, boys and girls, let's take a look at our essential question. Our essential question reads, how can you solve problems using the strategy use logical thinking? Remember, we can use logical thinking to help us solve a problem. So I would like you to take a look at this shape. I'm going to show you this shape. Do you remember the name of this shape? Yes, that's right. This is a cone. Now, what do you notice about the bottom of the cone? Yes, that's right. It has a flat surface. What shape is the flat surface of the cone? That's right. It's shaped like a circle. Good. Now, I want you to take a look at this shape. What shape is this, boys and girls? Yes, that's right. This is a circle. Now, is this shape the same as this shape? You're right. They are different. What do you know is different about these shapes? Yes, that's right. This is a three-dimensional shape and this is a two-dimensional shape. You also know that this shape is a solid shape and this shape is a flat shape. Let's take a look at our word problem for today. I will read and you can follow with me. Olivia has some shapes to sort. She wants to sort them into two sets, two-dimensional shapes and three-dimensional shapes. What shapes should Olivia put in each set? Now remember, today we're going to use the strategy, use logical reasoning to help us answer this word problem. Remember, logical reasoning is using what we know to answer this question. And today we're going to think about the things that we have learned about shapes to help us answer this question. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look again to see what the question is. What shapes should Olivia put in each set? Now remember, she's going to have two sets. So we're going to make a T-graph here. And one will read two, excuse me, let me write that again, two-dimensional shapes. And on this side, we will have the three-dimensional shapes. Because remember, she wants to sort two sets, okay? So I have the pictures here of the different shapes that she has that she needs to sort. Now, I also have our little shapes, right? Our little models of these shapes to help us decide using logical thinking whether our picture belongs under two-dimensional shapes or three-dimensional shapes. Okay, so let's take a look at our first shape. Okay, this is our first shape. Does anybody remember this shape? Yes, that's right. That's a circle. What do you remember about a circle? Yes, that's right. A circle is flat. What else do you remember about the circle? Yes, that's right. The circle has a curve. Now, when we say this circle is flat, that means we can only see this side of the circle. Nothing else, just this flat side. So, is this a two-dimensional shape or a three-dimensional shape? Yes, that's right, a two-dimensional shape. How do you know? Because it's flat. Good job. So this circle is flat. So we will put our picture of the circle right where it says two-dimensional shapes. Good. Let's take a look at our next picture. That's this one here. Do you remember the name of that shape? It looked like this. Let me show you the model again. Yes, that's right. That's a cylinder. Now, what do you know about the cylinder? You're right. A cylinder has surfaces. You're right. It has a curved surface and it has two flat surfaces. What else do you remember about it? Yes, that's right. It's called a cylinder. And this cylinder, my friends, is it a two-dimensional shape or a three-dimensional shape? That's right. Three-dimensional. How do you know? That's right, because it's a solid shape. It takes up space. Very good. So we're going to put the picture of the cylinder in the three-dimensional side, right? Three-dimensional shapes. Okay, let's take a look at the next shape. Okay, that's this shape here. Does anybody remember? Let's look at the model. Anybody remember that shape? Yes, that's right. That's a rectangle. Now, what do you know about this rectangle? Yes, that's right. A rectangle is flat, right? It's flat. And what else do you know? Oh, that's right. It has sides and it has vertices. Now, do you think this is a two-dimensional or three-dimensional shape? That's right, two-dimensional. How do you know? That's right, because it's flat. It's flat, and we don't see any surfaces except this flat face right here. So this rectangle, my friends, is going to go under two-dimensional shape, right? Okay, let's take a look at our next shape. Again, I have the models here to show you. Our next shape is this one here. Do you remember the name of that shape? That's right, this is a cone. What do you remember about the cone? Yes, it's a solid shape because it has surfaces. It has a flat surface here and it has a curved surface here. And we know that it is a three-dimensional shape. So let's put that cone right here. Now, let's take a look at our next shape. It looks like this. Do you remember the name of that shape? That's right, that's a cube. What do you remember about the cube? Yes, that's right, that it has surfaces. and it has flat surfaces. How many flat surfaces does a square have? That's right, 6 flat surfaces. So we know that this cube is a solid shape. And we also know that this shape is a 3D shape, right? Yes, because it is solid. So let's take the picture of our cube and let's place it under the 3-dimensional, because we know it's a solid and solid shapes are 3-dimensional. Now let's take a look at our next shape. Our next shape, I have the model here. It looks like this. Okay, this is all we see. Okay, what shape is this? Yes, that's right. That's a square. And what do you notice about this square? Yes, it's flat. So where do you think this square belongs? That's right, in the 2-dimensional shapes. How do you know? Because it's flat, right? We don't see the surfaces. All we see is the flat square, sorry. Okay, now let's take a look at our next shape. Our next shape looks like this. And do you remember the name of that shape? Here's the model. Yes, that's right. This is a sphere. The sphere. And what do you know about this sphere? Yes, you know that it's a 3-dimensional shape. How do you know it's a 3-dimensional shape? That's right, because it has a curved surface. And you can see that when you turn it all around, right? Okay, good job. Now let's take a look at our very last shape here. And I have the little model for you to look at. It looks like this. Do you remember that shape? What's the name of that shape? That's right, that's a triangle. What do you know about this shape? That's right, it's flat. It's not a solid because all we see is this face here, right? It doesn't, we cannot see any surfaces on it. Okay, we just see this side here, right? And we know that this shape is flat. So this is a flat shape. Now, where would this flat shape go? Under 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional? Yes, that's right, under 2-dimensional. So now that we helped Olivia sort out her shapes, I want you to tell me what you notice about all these shapes that we put in the 2-dimensional shape set. What do you notice? Yes, that's right. They are all flat shapes. Very good. And what do you notice about the 3-dimensional shapes? Yes, they are all solid shapes, right? And what else do you notice? Yes, you're right. They all have surfaces. They either have flat surfaces or curved surfaces. So that's how we know those are 3-dimensional shapes. Very good, friends. Wow, you learned a lot today about 2-dimensional shapes and 3-dimensional shapes. And I like that you used your logical reasoning. You used what you know about these shapes to help you figure out where they belong in the set, whether they were 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional. Good job, boys and girls. I'm proud of you. Goodbye. See you next time.